What's going on, everyone? We are back with another episode of the 617 Sports Pod. Welcome if you are here for the first time, and thank you for coming back if you've already been here before. We're going to be taking another deep dive into the Patriots' potential offseason targets today.
Slightly deep dive. We're gonna brush upon some options.
Brush upon some
There's
options.
a lot.
Honestly, I don't got anything else on my list besides receivers, so
Yeah.
we're gonna get right into it. Really,
Let's pop off with this though.
Go for it.
We kind of
Take it
brushed
away.
up before we started. We brushed up on what we are gonna talk about a little bit, but no one mentioned. Do the Patriots move on from Stephon Diggs?
Yeah, I've been hearing some things, and it sounds scarier and scarier the more I listen to it, honestly. Because we owe him, I think, $6 million on March 13th, and he doesn't have court again until April 1st. So it's like, how do we decide what to do with him, and if we want to pay him again, and if he's going to regress at his age? And
Well, that's what I was thinking.
He always has off-season drama, and it's like, if he does get hit with these charges and he's some sort of woman beater or something, it's like, can't have that floating around the team. It's not the Patriot way. They always cut people who do that without a hesitation. It's just...
That whole thing aside, I just feel like are you going to get another 1,000-yard season out of Stephon Diggs?
If they don't get any of the targets that we want to talk about today, then probably, I would hope.
Maybe.
Because if not, then the offense is pretty trash. If not, because you're not going to rely on Booty's not going to get you 1,000 yards as the one. He's a 2.
He could.
Yeah,
Booty could.
They only, not when they're only throwing him 60 targets a year.
Yeah.
Kyle Williams, he'd have to break out. Pop Douglas won't do it. He's a 3 all day. Nothing better than that. Hunter Henry's getting it. No one else is gonna crack 1,000 if he don't. But
all right, so that aside,
someone who wouldn't really crack 1,000 yards for us, but something we haven't also talked about. If Matt Collins is also a free agent this offseason, if we don't pick him up, another big body receiver from the West Coast, Juwan Jennings. And I feel like every time over the last 2-3 years, Ayuk goes out, Debo goes out, Kittle goes out, Juwan Jennings comes in and he has crazy games. Last year, I think it was last year, he came in, he had like 10 catches for like 180. Like, he went nuts.
I remember seeing that game, and at that point, I watched like the highlights and like box score and stuff, and I hadn't heard of him at the time.
Yeah.
And I just looking at him like on the highlight reels. How big is he?
6.
Yeah, looking at the highlight reels, I was like, damn, like, is this guy like a kind of small tight end? Like, he was kind of like, he's a pretty big dude, I feel like.
Well, he would literally fit the Matt Collins role perfectly, and
right,
a couple years younger, a little more potential to be a little more of a threat in the receiving game than Matt Collins, but he could come in with the blocking in the run game and the pass game if he's not going out for routes. Big first down target. Real quick, he played 15 games last year. He missed 2 with an ankle injury, but he's been pretty healthy over his career. He had almost 1,000 yards in 2024. He had 77 catches for 975, but 2024 he had 5 drops, and he had
how many targets?
113 targets, 77 catches, 5 drops. It's not bad. He also had another 3 drops this year. 55 catches, 90 targets, 640 yards. A little less production, but still, I would take what he did this year.
Right.
Again, next year.
Be our wide receiver 1 with those.
When you factor in that he can block in the run game, pass game, big body receiver, something that the Patriots heavily lack, I would potentially overpay a couple mil to get him.
And he's on the Niners.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on the flip side, though, too, I feel like the Niners, bro, I think it's pretty solidified they're going to lose Ayuk. Like, there's just too much bad blood.
Yeah. I mean,
so I think if they do end up losing him.
Go ahead.
Yeah, there has been for like 2 years now, I'd say at least, but definitely within the last year, like blowing his ACL or MCL out or whatever, and then like not reporting to rehab.
And he also had this whole thing where he like showed up to
public.
I think it was him. He showed up to practice and he was mad he had to wear like red shorts and not white. Like he man. I don't know, it's very specific.
He's just flustered over there, and I think it's like almost solidified that they're gonna move on from him. Like, especially with Jennings emerging
but he's 28, so it's like tough to rely on him. But even if I don't know if it was him, that whole practice in the wrong color shorts thing, but even if it was, for a caliber player like Brandon Ayuk to be like throwing a fit in practice about the wrong color shorts is like,
It's sad to see, but if you're flustered with a place and you don't want to be there, then it just is what it is, bro. You're gonna.
I mean, I don't understand what I mean. Like, I don't know. Over the last 2-3 years, I mean, the 49ers have had pretty solid seasons, other than injury, like an injury derailed season in the midst of everything. Like what was it, 2020, 2021? They made the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
and then
lost.
They did. 23. I don't know, but
I can't remember. Yeah.
They've had success,
right? And they like consistently like pretty much make the play. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of crazy. They made the playoffs this year. Mac Jones stepped in for them.
Well, and it's like everyone calls Brock Purdy a system quarterback, and so like they need certain assets within the team to create the system.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like he's obviously part of the plans. It's not like he's not getting touches. Debo's gone.
Right.
It's only him and Kittle.
Gone.
Him, Kittle, and CMC. I mean, they have a 3-headed trio, really.
CMC, they got, and like these are lesser guys, but like Ricky Pearsall and Kendrick Bourne, like yeah, those are not ideal, but
kind of a hothead, but I'd take him. We wouldn't put up with that. Wouldn't happen here.
Yeah. I mean, before he went out, he had two consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. I think one of them was almost at 1,400.
Yeah, I don't think his play is a question. I think he's a great receiver, borderline.
And there was tons of talk about it last year. I don't know. Did we throw an offer at him?
I can't remember.
I can't remember either. There's just so much buzz going on.
Yeah, lost track what I was going to say. But another option is Alec Pierce. Same kind of body frame, but he's a way bigger threat in the deep ball. He averaged 21.3 yards per carry last year, per catch, dude.
Yeah.
47 catches, 1,000 yards. And out of his 47 catches, 41 of them were first downs.
That's disgusting.
That is insane.
But
Granted,
do you think,
obviously, he's a deep ball target, so it's hard to, like, if we don't have the O-line to get the time to throw the ball deep, it's like,
then you can't let the play unfold. And it always, like, man, like his situation too was like similar to somebody else's. It's kind of similar to like CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, where it's like you have these two good receivers. In this instance, it would be Alec Pierce and Michael Pittman, and it's like, you might get a guy like, I mean, I don't know if Pittman's out here getting double covered or throwing their best corner on him, but
I think Pierce at this point is. Yeah, I think at this point, Pierce is probably better than Pittman.
I agree.
When I hear buzz about the Colts, I hear more talk about Pierce like being underrated and averaging 20 yards per catch. And Pittman's good. He's the big body. I mean, he's still a big body. They got two big body receivers. I think Pittman's even bigger than Pierce. Pittman's like 6'4", dude.
So but you got to think now. It's like if you get Pierce to come here to New England and you tie him in with like say Kayshon Boutte at number 2 or even Diggs, it's like, I don't know. There's just like certain situations where it's like, is this guy shining because he's with another star like Devontae and AJ Brown? Like you gotta
if you think of it like this,
you gotta pick and choose.
Yeah, if you think of it like this, so let's say we lose Diggs, we somehow only go into next season, probably draft someone, but keep that out of the factor for now. Let's say Pierce is our number 1, Boutte is number 2, and Pop and Kyle Williams are 3s going back and forth.
Right.
I would be deeply, deeply concerned. Deeply concerned if that was our
lineup.
I think.
Yeah.
I mean, Kayshon Boutte and Pierce are 2 of the kind of same caliber receivers, really. I mean,
Spread the defense,
not a lot of targets year to year, averaging 15, 17, 20 yards per catch, only good for deep balls.
And not so far from what we've seen from Kyle Williams, kind of the same deal. Very small sample size.
I think he only had like 200 snaps.
Yeah.
He'll be a player we'll see take more snaps in 2 years, maybe this year if we lose Diggs, or depending on the situation. But I heard a lot of good things about Kyle Williams. When he was drafted, I've seen so many people that were like, oh my God, he's one of the best ones left on the board. Like, a lot of good things about him. I don't know. I can't. We've had so much struggles with drafting receivers that were going to be good.
I'm at the point, I don't care who's calling the shots on the draft board. Like, go get a free agent veteran. Same thing with left tackle. Like, enough with this drafting shit. Go get somebody who's got at least like 2 proven seasons. Like,
yeah, it's hard.
Look at Tyquan Thornton too. Like,
yeah, but he was ass.
He was ass, and he went to Kansas City, and he was like their deep threat over there. Like, it was
but he was never going to be good.
Not like nothing crazy.
skin, all stick and bones, dude. He's injured
quick,
so much.
So he's quick. He goes deep. He gets open.
Yeah, but
I'm sick of it. Every receiver, Aaron Dobson.
Well, Aaron Dobson.
Yeah.
Well, now it's like maybe we could finally go into this offseason and like seeing the season we just had and kind of reviving Diggs' career and making it to the Super Bowl. Like we can maybe bring in somebody, convince someone like we got things going on for the next 3 years. Like, come be the missing piece we need.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, on top of we've talked about Ayuk, we've talked about Alec Pierce. There's George Pickens is like, who knows what he's going to end up doing. There's Tyreek Hill. He's probably way past his prime. But who knows? I mean, I thought that about Diggs. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, the drama that could create within this team with Tyreek Hill and Stephon Diggs would be an amazing season. I don't even care if we went 4-13. Storylines coming out of that season would be awesome. But playing-wise, I think Tyreek Hill's game relies way more upon his speed and beating defenders off the line. Mm-hmm. Him coming off an ACL injury scares me a lot more than Diggs. Diggs, he was good for 10, 15-yard catches and getting through the middle part of the field and into the DBs. Tyreek Hill is going to try and beat you. He would have to maybe reform his game. Like another one of those situations, if he's got all that speed, if he has all that speed after tearing his ACL, it's like, if we don't have the O-line and he's only good in the long ball game, it's another kind of scary situation. But also depending on the money, if he wants more, like he got paid like 30 mil. His AAV last year was like 30 mil.
Really?
Yeah, it's just awful. I wouldn't pay him more than we paid Diggs 8 last year. I wouldn't pay him more than that.
No,
I wouldn't do it. No. I couldn't do it. No. Like Alec Pierce, I would pay him like 20 mil. 20 mil, easy.
When you factor in age and just output over the last 2, 3, 4.
It's like 25.
Yeah, he's wicked young.
He's wicked young.
Who else did I see rolling around in that talk? I mean, I know I messaged you earlier about it, but like talk about friggin' Marvin Harrison for first and third.
Yeah.
That's just totally rumors. I don't think I don't think the Cardinals would move on from him because they're looking to. I think they're going to look to shop Kyler Murray before they do anything. And
well, it's so hard to judge like his first 2 years because
he's in Arizona.
And he missed like weeks 11 through 17 last year.
Yeah.
So he had a half a season last year. And he's in Arizona. Kyler Murray is an awful quarterback. He's just god awful. He's shouldn't even be a starter.
Right. So, I think he just needs like a change.
I know a lot of people are a little worried with MHJ. Like his first season wasn't great, but it's so hard to judge.
Right.
But a first and a third with a competent O-line, he's like great. He's a big body. He's like Alec Pierce, but 4 years younger and way better. Right. Like the body frame.
More upside.
Way more
upside.
Yeah, way more upside.
But first and third, I mean, I guess if we're picking 31st, I wouldn't really like.
Yeah.
A back.
You're not gonna. I doubt you'll find someone with the same value at 31 in the draft than you are with MHJ.
Right.
Yeah.
But
it's scary.
That all comes down to if Arizona's willing to move on from him.
Well, then it's like you trade for him. Yeah, he's only been 2 years in the league. You can't trade a talent like MHJ that quick. But even if we do trade for him, it's like we trade him the first and the third, and then in a year and a half from now, it's like, oh my god, he's such a bad athlete, and we just wasted a first round pick. But we could have potentially wasted that first round pick on Joe Schmo anyway. So
right. So I don't know. There's a lot of options out there for receivers. What do you think? Like, let me get into this real quick. What do you think? Like, out of just like all the names that have been floating around the last day or whatever, like, who do you think would be most likely to come here? Being realistic. For me, I would say just off the top of my head, was Brandon Ayuk.
I mean,
or AJ Brown.
Brandon Ayuk would probably. I mean, given the season we just had, if he's looking for a team with a young quarterback and success and promise, I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't want to come here. I think he would be the best fit.
Right.
Other than him,
he needs to move on from San Fran.
Yeah.
If he wants to keep his career going, he needs to move on, put it behind him. Like, get in with a guy like Vrabel, get someone that's going to hold you accountable as a coach. And
I don't think any of the receivers we mentioned would be a bad fit. Obviously, I think Ayuk and obviously AJ Brown would be like top of the line.
Yeah. I think they would just be the most realistic to come here.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Marvin Harrison coming here, that's not, to me, not very realistic. Alec Pierce is, but I think we'd have better luck gambling on AJ Brown and Brandon Ayuk. But
well, you got to think of
even
it too,
Juwan,
because like Alec Pierce has had obviously success in the last 2 years there, so it's like he could want to stay within the organization, seeing the success they had last year with Daniel Jones. Why not? But it's like also you don't know what Daniel Jones is going to be like when he comes back, so why not?
I mean, he's got to lock up a contract too. I know they've got Riley Leonard and
yeah,
blah blah blah, but I'm sure they're gonna grab Daniel Jones on another 2 or 3 year.
I'm sure too. Like if you're Alec Pierce and you think like, oh, we could run it back next year when Daniel Jones comes back and we're healthy and make another run. But in the same breath, it's like he could do what he did in Indy here and be the number one option.
Right.
So I mean, he'd have to probably maybe bet on himself a little bit and be confident to have the want to come here and succeed as a number one option, you know,
and probably devote at least a few years to a contract. I'm sure. Like,
well, at least,
3.
I mean, I like a 3-year, $60 million contract, like because that's what we gave Carlton Davis. So we should have no problem giving him a 3-year, 60, 70.
Right.
If we gave that same contract to Carlton Davis. Another thing I've seen too is you mentioned in one of the last episodes Isaiah Likely through a couple of like fan pages on Instagram. I've seen so many people like, oh, he's homegrown. Like so many
from Cambridge.
So many fan pages are like, we should go after Likely. We should go after Likely. I think it's actually like a lot more thought about. Yeah, a lot more thought about than I might have thought.
Yeah. I've seen a few on Njoku too.
Yeah, that's another one I did see. The only thing I haven't really seen is Pitts because I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Pitts kind of scares me.
I would rather have Likely or even Njoku over Pitts, to be honest. But would I take him? Sure.
I'd rather Pitts over Njoku.
Yeah,
I think he's younger.
I guess
coming out of college, Kyle Pitts did that. He was like really hyped up.
Doesn't he have a problem though, like dropping the ball? I feel like I remember watching him.
That I'm not sure.
In like a very important game, and he was like, no, maybe it was Isaiah Likely, to be honest.
Well, Isaiah Likely, he dropped a couple last year. It was within the last year or two. He had that big toe tap in the back of the end zone against the Chiefs.
Yes,
couldn't keep his toe in.
And like the color of his cleats, I remember people were like, "Oh, if he was wearing black cleats, this wouldn't have happened." Like, dude, like some crazy shit. Okay, yeah, that was like
the first week of 20. Yeah, not this past season, but two. But I don't know really what else is out there for like options because we need a one. You know,
I've seen there was a post put on Instagram by Jersey Swap NFL, and basically they put out like the top 15 like best available wide receivers, and Alec Pierce, George Pickens, John Jennings, Brandon Ayuk were on there. Nobody else that I deem really notable. I guess Rashid Shaheed, Mike Evans.
Too small.
Probably going to stay in Tampa.
Mike Evans is old. Yeah.
He's going to stay in Tampa. He's injury prone. And then the list just goes down to like Debo, Christian Kirk, Greg Dortch, DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, no.
Keenan Allen. Just like guys that are like, you bring them in and they're wide receiver twos, like
if that
behind Kayshon Boutte.
Yeah, so probably a 3. Keenan Allen would be a 3.
De'Ami Brown.
I don't want anyone. I don't want another receiver on this team under 6 feet.
6'1".
Yeah, we need big body receivers.
I think just being realistic, I think we've got the best shot at AJ Brown and Ayuk just because of the turmoil that they're both facing.
Well, and AJ Brown has the whole that situation.
He hates Philly.
Yeah,
he hates Philly.
But also AJ Brown has the connection with Vrabel, and they had
that's huge.
They had I think 2 years in a row they had a couple good playoff runs. At least 1 year they had a good playoff run. They put us out of the playoffs.
Slinging the rock.
They put us out of the playoffs. Brady's last game.
Yeah. No, I think those are the two most likely to happen.
Another thing I want to talk about, we didn't really dive enough into, is George Pickens, dude. I think.
So I was just about to say.
He's up for is he a free agent?
He should be. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he should.
So I don't know what the Cowboys cap situation is like and all that. If I would trade for him,
he would be my number one target. Like aside,
well,
if
he's
I
like
could
24.
just choose someone to come in, it would be George Pickens.
And I would trade like Pop Douglas and a first and third, dude. Like I would. Or first and second.
He just went for almost 1,500 yards this season.
Yeah, I would trade
10 touchdowns.
I would trade Pop in a first and a second, or I don't know about a second, but a first and third and Pop or something else. I don't know, but
yeah,
that's someone who's going to be in your team for the next 5-6 years at least.
Right, but he's another one too that's always had like questionable attitude problems. But
yeah,
again,
then again, I feel like you only heard about that once he was in Pittsburgh. Once he left Pittsburgh, which Pittsburgh, I don't know what it is, but they got all the crash out receivers.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is. I feel like they just have a problem with developing players or something. But once he left the Steelers, I mean, he's been pretty level-headed from what I've seen. I mean, he's going to have those plays where he's down the field. You've seen the memes, 20 yards down the field, George Pickens throwing elbows.
It's like the Crabtree and Aqib Talib special.
But yeah, I think, honestly, Pickens is probably my number one target. If we could somehow pull that off. But he's also going to cost the most. He's the youngest, probably the best out of everything we've mentioned. 1,500 yards next to CD Lamb is crazy.
That is, he overshadows.
So that's kind of a worry too, because like you bring him in and you think like, oh yeah, he had 1,500 yards last year. Well, he also had CD Lamb. So you bring him to New England, and you got Kayshon Boutte and.
I mean, who knows?
Pop.
You could have George Pickens as a distraction with Kayshon Boutte, Pop, and Kyle Williams. And
but then it's like if you do that, I don't really know. Ethan Chisholm, I don't really know a lot about that.
Nah, yeah.
Well, then it's like, bring him in if you're trying to use him for a distraction, which he would be some sort of distraction. It's like then you're relying on Kayshon Boutte or Kyle Williams to be the number one, and I don't know how that pans out. That's scary.
Right.
Not that they couldn't do it, but to go from... Definitely not Kyle Williams, but Kayshon Boutte, to go from 60 targets to 100 plus and being the number one would be a drastic change for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I guess. Is there like a set date as far as like when like free agents need to sign by and like when they like what's the deal with that?
As far as like so when do they become free agents basically?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is there like a deadline that they have to sign with a team by? I would imagine there is.
The NFL free agency doesn't open until March 9th.
March 9th it starts. Okay.
So I would imagine they have until March 8th at 11:59.
Well, it probably starts March 9th, which is when players can probably start shopping around, and then it probably ends like April something or whatever. Like you have to have a decision made by April, but
yeah. So if they don't come to terms by March 8th, then
they're gonna be shopping. So I guess we'll find out in these next couple weeks. Hopefully we'll have some.
It's already only 2.5 weeks away.
Right.
To begin this, I don't even know. Oh, bless you, buddy. 6-month hiatus of football.
Right.
If not more.
Relying on the Red Sox.
Yeah. The Celtics will, they'll get us through July. No, not July, but I don't know if they make it the championship, but they'll get us through like a couple more months.
Yeah.
But I think that about wraps it up for here today. I don't got nothing else you want to throw in there?
No, I think I'm good. I touched on all the main receivers that are potentially moving around. So
I think a lot of those receivers are moving around no matter what.
Yeah.
But just depends
I think
on how
especially
they end
Ayuk
up.
and Brown, there's too much turmoil.
If I'm Juwan Jennings, I'm gone too. I'm gonna go call my shot somewhere else.
Right.
He can go get 800 yards from someone other than Brock Purdy.
Right.
But that wraps things up here for today, and we'll be back later on in the week with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll catch y'all at a different date. Peace.
Boom.